Welcome back to the shop. This is Todd with Industrial Comfort. With winter and the holidays approaching, I thought I'd show you guys how to make this neat rustic smoking cabin. It's an easy project that only requires a piece of wood roughly 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches by 5 inches long, a piece of copper pipe 1/2 inch in diameter, and then, as you'll see later, a 1.5 inch copper test cap. The first thing I do is find the center point, and from there I draw two 45-degree angles down to each side. Drawing out the 45-degree angles is going to serve as the pitch of the roof. It will also tell us how deep we should drill from the bottom when we create the cavity for effectively what's going to be an incense burner. Now, it's important to note that you want to do all the drilling before you cut the roof lines. Otherwise, it'll be really difficult to drill the chimney from an angle. The first hole I drill is from the bottom using a 2-inch Forstner bit, and I'm going to go down roughly about 2 to 2.5 inches. After I drill the bottom hole, I flip the blank over and I draw a Y and an X axis on the top of the wood blank. Then I choose a location halfway between the center point and the edge of one side and mark the location where I'll be using a 5/8 inch Forstner bit to drill the chimney. Keep in mind that I mentioned a 1/2 inch piece of copper pipe. The outer diameter of a pipe that size is roughly 5/8 of an inch, which is why we're using this size drill bit. You'll want to continue to drill until the bit pushes through the cavity that you've drilled from the underside. This will allow the smoke to escape. I then bring over to the router table and use a 1/2 inch rabbet bit to create the doorway. Just make sure that the doorway connects to the open cavity that you've drilled in the bottom to allow proper airflow. And this is what it should look like from beneath. With the drilling and routing completed, I bring over to my miter saw and I use the 45-degree angle that I created in the first step and cut the roof line. A quick sand here to 220 grit to smooth things out. I now cut a 3-inch section of 1/2 inch copper pipe. Before I epoxy into the roof, I give the copper pipe a quick polish with some steel wool. As a final step, I add a few coats of true oil. To get this little rustic cabin smoking, we're using an 1.5 inch copper test cap that I mentioned earlier. And essentially we're making an incense burner. So we're going to put the incense in here, light it up, and then we'll put the rustic cabin back on top where the cavity has been drilled from the bottom. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're putting this on a surface that can withstand heat. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.